So, hello and welcome back to the channel. What I'm going to be doing on today's video is showing you my rig setup, which is by here, all the bits that go into it, and a little bit of what everything in this room is about. So, let's get into it. So what we have here is a Fanatec CSL Elite bass with an F1 Clubsport wheel and Fanatec pedals. I really do enjoy this setup. It's very sensitive, you've got a lot of reach on the brake, and the main thing you probably want to hear about is this actual wooden rig itself. So I put this together with some carpentry skills that I had, everything's leveled out, and it took a good few months to actually build and put together. But it means it's sturdy, it's not made of plastic, and it's easy to disassemble if I need to move anywhere. Another interesting part about this rig as well is the seat. So this is actually an old kart seat from back when I used to go into my racing days. I'll go over that a bit sooner. And what you can see here as well is the pedals. Now these are gorgeous. A lot of reach on that throttle, and on the brake, when you push it down you get a bit of vibration as well. And what I really like about this setup as well is that I've got a different seat for if someone has a smaller bum than me, for example. And the pedals are tilted, which gives me that optimal reach and sort of F1 feeling in a car. It feels very comfortable, very stable, and if you could go out and make something like this for yourself, go for it. If you want any tips on it, then leave them down in the comments and I'll see what I can do to help. So what I'm going to be going over next is everything in this room and what it means. So this is where it all started. This was me on a quad bike racing back when I was 4 years old actually. I first started racing, but this is a picture of me when I was 5. Got some pictures here. We've got Ayrton Senna next to the rig, of course, for that inspirational motivation. We've got some pictures of me back in my karting days. I did have to stop racing when I was 14 years old just due to funding reasons. And look, here's a picture of me back when I had long hair. Absolutely mad. And my dad was a mechanic, which is how he got me into racing. He used to race himself. Here's a picture of him with Alan Menu from Touring Cars when he was working on his car. Absolutely mental. Still me when I was racing in the snow. And for you collectors out there, these are some Autosport magazines that me and my dad used to collect. You can see how far it goes down. Absolutely mental. Old school picture here of the Nürburgring, because you can really tell this is a racer's house. That was my dad back when he was racing as well. He used to do open wheel racing. And here we have all these trophies. These are all mine back from when I used to race. Got my dad and my sister's helmet there. Some more trophies and stuff by here. Got a Michael Schumacher hat because, of course, got a clock as a brake caliper, and a driver thanking my dad for the mechanicking he did on his car. Even got my dad back in karts back there. Now, some of these cars on here, I'd like to see in the comments with the timestamp to tell me which cars they are. Obviously one's labelled there. These are all the different touring cars my dad worked on. You've even got a signed Carrera GT car back there, signed by Matters Ekstrom of all people. We've also got a Braun GP car by there as well. Classic Jensen car. Of course, you're going to have Senna's McLaren as well. And these are my racing helmets. So that was from back in my quad biking days. Then we've got my first ever race helmet, my second race helmet, my third with the inspired St. David's livery, just because I'm from Wales, so it felt very patriotic. And then we have my favourite, the classic. This is what is on my channel logo, and one that I will constantly define through my career and whatever I do. Chinese symbol for the year of the tiger with the tiger eyes, and I love it. And the last thing to show you guys, It's this bike here. So this was back from a racing day from my karting sponsor. So yeah, and we got my logo on there, a wreath I got from winning one of the championships. And this is what some of the liveries that Kart David did for me. Right on a bumper by here as well.